Let me give you another example of the amazing power of prayer. This is a church planting movement that took place in Latin America in the 1990s. During that decade, the number of churches increased from 129 to 2,600. Can you imagine? The number of baptized believers grew from 7,000 to 19,000. Now take a moment to fill in those numbers in the blanks. These people had more than 2,600 annual baptisms. If you were to ask the people, what was the result of that? What caused that? How did you go from 129 churches to 2,600 churches? They would tell you that their success was the result of prayer and intercession. In fact, these people referred to themselves as a people on their knees. Would to God that all of us would learn that. Would to God that we would learn that prayer is really the hard work. Ministry is simply gathering the results of our prayers. Write that in your notes, results. But that is true. It's prayer that is the hard work. Prayer is the way we win the victories of life. Now let me give you another example. You probably have heard of the Gypsy people. There are gypsy people all over the world. These are kind of nomadic people that live in caravans and trailers. They go from place to place and they have no permanent home. The gypsy people in Spain were ignored by the church for many years. But something happened a few years ago. A revival broke out among these gypsies in Spain. And the reason it broke out was because of prayer. Do you know that this revival produced 250,000 converts? And that entire movement was characterized by all-night prayer meetings. If you had heard the gypsy people in those days talk about those prayer meetings, they would say something like this: "Tonight we're going to the mountain." And what they meant by that was they were going to an all-night prayer meeting. That was what sparked this revival among the gypsies. And that's what sparks revivals everywhere. I want to remind you, Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 3. You probably are very familiar with that verse. But once again, get your Bible and underline this. This is so powerful. Jeremiah 33:3, God says, "Call to me, and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things which you do not know." Do you know God says that to you? If you will call to Him, God will show you things that you have not even dreamed of. And I want to exhort you. I want to tell you, we must not allow the harvest to go unreaped because of a lack of prayer. Jesus said the harvest is ripe, and the harvest will be reaped as we intercede for God. So let me ask you a question. What can be done to spark a prayer revival in your church or your organization or your community? That's a good question.